What's up, YouTube? This is TheBillyBobHD bringing you another Let's Play. Today I've got some more Victoria 2 Heart of Darkness. We're playing as Portugal. My apologies to my subscribers. I have been super busy at work building out PowerPoints to present to my senior leadership. Fun shit. It is finally over. 4 big presentations done. We are back. You can expect some more content to be coming out more regularly. And like I said, my apologies because when that shit happens, it happens twice a year in the summer and in the winter. It takes up an exorbitant amount of time on my part. Anyway, we are back, which is good news. Last episode, we were talking about future alliances, who we should maybe hook up with. We're currently connected with Spain in their sphere and allied with them as well. And we need to change that, I think, once Spain falls out of the great power status. They're currently number 8 in the world. Once they do that, I'll fall out of their sphere and we can try to get a more useful ally / sphere mate. Hoping for maybe France. I've worked hard to try to improve relations with them. I have really good relations with the UK as well. Austria likes me. Prussia is kind of meh. So if I go to diplomacy here, I'll increase relations with France. There we go. And I think I'm just going to, let's go ahead and unpause it actually. I think I'm just going to continue to do that because I do not want, I kind of want a mainland European ally. France would be perfect because we could squeeze together on Spain, try to take some of their territory. But that's going to be like the ultimate stab in the back. Demand concession casus belli against Morocco from Spain. So Spain is going to continue to expand here into Morocco. Interesting. And we actually just climbed up to number 16 in the world, secondary power status yet again, which is awesome. I've got, let's see, my experimental railroad underway so we can start building railroads, get our industry up and running because I do have, as you can see, 3 factories over here that are sort of on the way up. There's a winery that we could also build. Let's invest a little bit of money into that. Actually, you know what? I finally have capitalists that are investing into these projects now. So we have all the raw goods that we need to build the winery. We're going to build it in Macronesia. So we'll see where that ends up popping out. I moved 12,000 men down here into Africa to try to see if we can make a move against Transvaal or Orange next. Or Transvaal and then Orange, I should say. One point we were talking about annexing Madagascar, and the French went ahead and put them into their sphere before I could make a move, so that was really fun. And then you've got the Zulu down here, which they have 27,000 men just chilling right here. I have a much better technological base than they do. I've got military power of 20, they have military power of 8, so I don't know that that would be a problem, but I might want to bring some additional troops down in order to do that. If I tried to annex them, it would only cost me 10 infamy. We could technically try to go for that right now, actually. Conquer the Zulu. Excellent. I can now build railroads. And we can't forget that we want to be able to colonize eventually. So I do need like machine guns down here. And I think I need, what is it? Nationalism, imperialism in order to do that. Yeah, I have a life rating of 15. We need a life rating of 30. Breech-loaded rifles and state and government. Okay, so only right here. And breech-loaded rifles are not able... You're not able to research those quite yet. Culture, we're good. I've got the idealism there. Romanticism may be a good idea. But we also wanted to raise our total colonial power. So in order to do that, you have to build naval bases. And in order to build naval bases, we need to get more technology. So I'm going to actually choose that naval tech there. And then you can see I already have a naval base in all of my home regions. Am I allowed to build one down here? Yes. Only one per state. Excellent. This is a slave state considered a colonial province. We can upgrade this to, let's see. Okay, incorporating as a state would cost me 12 colonial power points. Well, let's just do a test run. It's only 3,000 bucks. Let's go ahead and build a naval base right here and see. We've got a colonial power of 227 going right now. We'll see if that actually helps my colonial power limit or not. I could just freaking Google that, to be honest, but don't feel like it. Don't feel like it at all. All right. What I'm going to do next is we're going to bring this stack over to Lisbon. Load you guys onto the boats. And then take you back down here to Africa to prepare for our invasion on Zulu. We might as well go ahead and get the Casus Belli going. No one investing in them. 10 infamy, like I said, which will technically keep us under the limit. The bad boy limit, as they like to say. If you go over infamy 25, great powers and everybody and their brother starts declaring war on you. Because you're being such a dick in the society of the world in 1846. I'm thinking if we're able to expand here in southern Africa a little bit, and then get my colonial power up, and I'm going to try to connect my territories here, and see how much of an African empire we can actually build. John Brown's last raid. Okay. Got a Casus Belli against Baden. Up here for not repaying their debts. Not my prob. Let's check and see how the industrial projects are going. Alright, we do have a factory up and running, which is good. Oh, good. The established protectorate Casus Belli against Zulu only cost me 2.9 infamy there. So that makes me happy. We're going to help out our investors from a railroad standpoint. I'm going to let the investors go ahead and maybe shift their resources down here into the winery again. Actually, you know what? Screw it. It's just not a lot of money for me. I've got over 50k in the bank now. Don't know if you guys saw that because I clicked off of it pretty quickly, but we've already got the Casus Belli against the Zulu there. I have 21,000 men total. This should be plenty to go ahead and take these guys out. I'm going to leave my fleet there for the moment. It's only a couple of transports. But I'm going to take some men back home, I think, after we finish the invasion. Because I have technology. Let's see. Yeah, the only army technology I have right now is the muzzle-loaded rifles, but that does lower my combat width. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at declaring war. Here we go. Go to diplomacy. Establish a protectorate. Call my allies. Spain would most likely come in. I technically don't need them for this. I'm only going to get 2 prestige off of this, but let's go ahead and do this. We are now at war with the Zulu. Okay, here we come marching down into the capital. They do not have a lot of morale going for them, so this should be... I am taking some heavy casualties, though. They should break, and... yeah, there we go. They did end up breaking, so I'm going to let my troops sort of... I am taking attrition, so I need to let my troops sort of heal up from this. Good news is we are conquering the capital there. It is, you know, having an effect on my overall manpower. So, only need 40 bucks to complete the first railroad there. Actually, you know what? I can go ahead into the mainland here, hold control, press railroad. I'll build as many railroads as I'm physically allowed to. There we go. Only cost me about 8,000 bucks. But what that does too is it starts to kick off my industrial score. Okay, we now occupy the capital. Let's see if we can catch the army in Durban. Nope. going to try to pin them in the mountains, I guess. Pretty smart move on their part to run up there into the mountains. I have excellent morale, which should send them into another defeat. Excellent. But what he's going to do now is head back up to the capital. Okay. So that took out their entire army, which is awesome. Proposed peace. I have a war score of 60. I need a war score of 85 to get this done. So we'll see if after I capture Durban here, we'll have enough war score to go ahead and annex them. So that's going to take a minute. I have 9,000 troops left here in the mainland. Not too bad. No need to mobilize during this. Montenegro, we've got a Casus Belli against them. No need to use that, I don't think, at all. Go over to Montenegro here. Yeah, just a small little piece on the map. Who are they allied with? Oh, they're in the Ottoman sphere. That makes sense. Okay. Gotcha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have lost 7,000 men down here in the Zulu War. Not good. That is going to take me a while to recoup, I think. Okay. Interestingly enough, we can now build a naval base level 2. We are finally showing as 1 industrial score there, so that's good. I think early railroad or clean coal. Let's take a look and see what my biggest production is. Am I a mining country? Top 3 exported goods, fruit, wool, and grain. So that is definitely more of a farmer-based economy there. So farming output plus 15% if we get the practical steam engine going. Factory throughput tech. Market structure, diplomatic influence, you get a bonus. Farming output, you get a bonus, and mining. Ugh, I wanted research like all of these at once, man. We're actually going to go for the army professionalism there, get the morale boost, and get a military tactics boost as well. Alright, we finally conquered Durban down there. Diplomatic tension has caused international crisis in central Hungary. See if we can propose peace. Ah, my war score is 80. I need 85. Here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to split these units, right? And I'm going to try to minimize the attrition that I have to take. Let's check out this crisis, because I think there's a bunch of shit going on. Let's take a look. Central Hungary. Liberation of Hungary. Out of Austria. No one is backing them currently. Wow. And it looks like Germany and UK are, they're backing that. Holy shit. We could see Austria split in two here any minute. That would be something else. Alright, so we are making more money. I do have the ability to expand my naval bases. So it cost me 18k to do that one, 18k to do that one, and 18k to do that one. So that puts my money down only to 3,000, but that's okay. Oh, Russia has joined in on the side of Austria now, so we now have a great power. And France. This could get ugly. If Spain goes into this war, they could end up pulling me in. I imagine they're going to go in on the side of the Germans and the British. Spanish flu influenza. Yeah, we're going to try to treat the disease with everything we've got. Don't want to leave my people dying. Excellent. The winery is now up for construction. I don't think you get full industrial points if you're not connected with railroads to your factories. So we want to make sure that I'm trying to help out there. Let's go. Yeah, I have some railroads that are actually under construction now, so that's good. Only one industrial point is no fun. Cheers. Beer halls, yes. It's okay, I'll take a small hit on the mining efficiency and all of that. We should now be able to annex. Yes. Awesome. We have now annexed Zulu. We have expanded the empire. Alright, so this is the force that I think I'm going to leave in Africa. It's got a force of originally 12,000 men. Take you back up north here. The crisis is getting awful. And now we have seen a war break out. North German War of Hungarian Liberation. A lot of the great powers are involved in this one. Wow. Germany would like to, or I should say, they're not even Germany yet. They're the North German Federation, so we no longer have a Prussia on the map, but they are asking for military access, and I think I'm going to give it to them. I'm going to increase relations with the Germans, and I'm going to also increase relations with the French. Can't forget about that. I want people to be fighting over me to be their sphere mate. Give residency. I'm a big fan of the full citizenship thing there. Invested 6K into the furniture factory in Hong Kong. Over here. Yes, you always want that jingoism. I'm going to build a railroad over there as well. I'm basically out of money. Don't have any troops over there, do I? Oh, nice. I can actually build 2 more units in Africa. So what does that mean? That means I can actually ship some other troops back to mainland Europe there. Or ship them around the world, I should say. Oh. Netherlands is asking for an alliance with me. That's an interesting offer. Are they still affiliated with the Germans? Yes, they are. What is your world ranking? Number 9. I think that's potentially... Yeah, I think that's potentially a good idea. Because Spain has now chosen to go on the side of the Austrians. Cool. Just signed a treaty, an alliance treaty with Netherlands, so that's cool. Spain's relations are sort of down in the dumps a little bit. Let's go ahead and increase relations with the Germans yet again. Should we stop? I can continue increasing relations with the French just in case. Belgium. You are wrapped up by the French, of course. Which is fine. Transvaal. You are potentially next. Can't even justify a war with you guys. Relations are too high. How about Orange over here? They're in the British sphere. And it would cost a full 22 infamy in order to do that. So, France is asking for military access. I'll go ahead and give that up. We're going to take 9,000 men back over to Europe. So we'll sail you guys down over there. And then when you get back, I'm going to take some more men and potentially distribute them over into Asia. I think it's useless to have anyone here, especially now that we're allied with the Dutch. But what about in Hong Kong? Would it make sense to have some troops in Hong Kong? Maybe a small amount? I don't know. I don't think so, actually. And here's why. Because if I were to put troops here, all they would be doing is helping to guard against a rebellion. If another country were to invade me, there's no way I could defend myself. With all of the manpower that's over here in southern China and the Chinese Empire as a whole, no way. Alright, so the troops should be on their way back now. Yep, they're about to be home. Good news there. Let's take you here and try and combine you with everyone else. Now it gives me an nice little 18 stack in Africa there. And let's see how many of these guys. Awesome. An 18 stack now back in Europe as well. So I effectively have split my armies in half. Very cool. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Again, this has been the TheBillyBobHD. Please remember to like, subscribe, and or comment if you've enjoyed this content, and we'll catch you next time.